Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome once again to another Sunday live stream and a surviving romance episode. All right, as the title suggests, we're going to attempt to make a sorbet. Now, for those that are not familiar, it's kind of like ice cream, but without the dairy product, okay? So, in this particular live stream, we're going to definitely attempt to make a lime sorbet. Now, unfortunately, some of the ingredients that I needed were not available due to the pandemic. You get all the processed foods you want, but in this particular case, what I really needed was lime preserves, and they didn't have it. So I had to do a little figuring, and hopefully, I still nail this down. All right. So as you can tell, I've got a lot of stuff spread out across this entire area. But along with that, we get to use our ice cream maker again, as long as I don't break the son of a bitch. Oh my gosh. Alrighty. So first things first, I'm going to make a few minor adjustments so I can keep track of the chat, hopefully. And we're going to get underway because this is going to take a good minute. So anybody who's interested, please, you're welcome to follow along. I definitely recommend that if you are able to, go full screen so you'll be able to see everything that's happening within the live stream. So we're going to start moving things around. We are not going to wait. We are going to get underway. Now, the first thing on our list, basically, we got to start making kind of like the syrup part of this. What's going on, Harrison? We need to start making kind of like the syrup part of this. And this is going to take some time. Again, I would have preferred to have lime preserves for this. So what I ended up having to do was I had to make a lime syrup, okay? What? Right. Well, a lot of people are going live, evidently. So we are normally what we normally do is we wait till about that 10-minute marker, but this is going to take some time. This is a homemade sorbet. Again, if you're not familiar with a sorbet, basically it's kind of like ice cream, but it's not. Okay, so think ice cream, but without all the dairy. And it's based on, well, you'll see. There is no dairy involved in this. All right. So again, we need to start making the syrup part of our sorbet, and so we're going to use about a cup of basically a lime syrup that I made. That's going to go in first thing. And it's very thick. It is a syrup, as you can tell. Very thick. Okay. The next part of this equation is basically the juice of one lemon and one lime. Okay, that will go in next. No seeds if you can avoid them. Say, would you? That's right. We're going to need that just shortly. We're going to need that. Oh, you like Perrier water? Well, you're going to love this, okay? So we've got the juice of one lemon and one lime in there. Now, to go along with that, we also need the zest of said lemon and lime. That will go in next. Smells amazing already, and we haven't even started cooking. All right. Now, because this is a syrup and we're building a bigger syrup, the next part of this is we need one full cup of sugar. 1 full cup. Now, this is a third of a cup scoops, and we need 3 of these to equal that 1 cup. And there's our third one. So that's the first part of this equation. And we need 1 cup of Perrier water. 1 cup. All right. We're going to end up needing a total of, believe it or not, 4 cups. 4 cups. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pour out 4 cups in here, but we're going to use just 1 cup of Perrier water. What's going on, Mike G? Sorbet today. We're making sorbet. All right. It's good to see you, Mike. There's the second. We're going to just take this right up to 4 cups. Now, 1 cup of this is going to go directly in to our base, okay? I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing fantastic. This is actually a dessert that Princess Faye has been wanting. Hey, how you doing, Queen? We're making lime sorbet today. Lime sorbet. So we're going to crank up our heat on our stovetop to about a medium low to about a medium high, depending on your stovetop. All right. We're going to break out one of our spatulas. Stir that around real good. And we want everything to dissolve, okay? We want everything, the sugar, everything, okay? Now, once this dissolves real good, and I mean really good, and comes up to a nice simmer where everything, all the flavors are melding and that sort of thing, we're going to let that simmer for about a minute or two once everything's dissolved, okay? And then we're going to add in the rest of our seltzer, okay? Our lime seltzer, which is, of course, Perrier, which we have some more over here for whenever I go to do this again, all right? Now, the next thing on our list that we're going to need is it's going to need at least, because it's going to be hot, because it is a frozen dessert that has to go through our ice cream maker. The next part of this is that we have to chill this mixture for around about, believe it or not, around about at least a half an hour to an hour. We want to chill, okay? So we're going to have some time to just kind of hang out, you know, just kind of wang chung, that sort of thing, when it comes time. Oh, thanks, Queen. I appreciate that. So we're going to touch base on a lot of stuff, too, today. Some stuff that just doesn't get talked about here on the channel. You know, enough, I guess you could say. Oh, there is one thing that I did forget. Not much, just kind of getting things together. We are going to use a good size pinch of kosher salt. Or in my case, it's going to be 2 pinches. Now, I know that sounds weird. Why in the world would I put salt in a dessert? Well, she's stuck at work right now and, you know, that sort of thing. And I know she's wishing she was home. You know, we were just talking just before the live stream. All right, now, Queen, you asked a good question. What did you miss so far? Basically, the first part of this was basically setting up our base for the sorbet. Now, let me kind of explain. Initially, I was looking for lime preserves, and nowhere around where I live has lime preserves. They have everything else. They even have jalapeno preserves, a mild flavor, very similar to the jalapeno jelly that Princess Faye made. That's an acquired taste. So when I asked if they had lime preserves at the grocery stores, they were like, what? Huh? And in one instance, I had to drive to the next town to get Perrier water. Oh, that's okay, Mike. The important thing is I knew you were there, and that was all that mattered to me. It meant the world to me. Oh, that's okay, Queen. We've only been live 10 minutes. We've only been live 10 minutes, so we're underway. We're having a good time. So what I had to do with the is I had to make a lime syrup. Did I see your question? Yes. Yes, I ate today. As a matter of fact, in the Discord, I posted this morning's breakfast. Yes. Yes, I ate this morning. I'm going to turn that up a little bit because I really want to get this thing rolling a little bit. Now, we're not looking to actually boil. We're looking for a nice, good simmer. Yeah, I took care of me this morning. And basically, right now, like I said, I'm going slow on this because I already had one accident today. I had a boil over when I was making the syrup. Oh my God, that made a mess. So I had to make a lime syrup, which is weird. But it turned out really good. It tastes amazing. Yeah. Well, I need to shave. Bad. I'm looking scruffy. And once this is smooth, we're talking smooth. Okay, so I made a lime syrup, and that took the place of the lime preserves. Now, the next part of this is, if we do our job right, the next part of this is once everything melts, basically, in this case, it was 1 cup of our homemade lime syrup, a cup of sugar, one cup of a Perrier seltzer water, then the juice of 1 lemon and 1 lime, the zest of that lemon and lime, a pinch of salt, and that is the base. The sugary fruit juice base for our lime sorbet. Now, the next part of this, once we get this where I'm very, very happy everything is dissolved, which we are getting very close. Once everything is dissolved, we're going to add the rest of the Perrier water in. We're going to let it simmer for just a couple minutes, okay? Then immediately everything is shut off, and we put our sorbet mix into this bowl and bounce it into the refrigerator. The reason why we're doing that is because this is a frozen dessert similar to ice cream. And the problem is that if you don't do this, it won't set right when we run it through the mixer. So that is why. And again, we get to break out our ice cream maker for this. And this is a different type of frozen dessert. It has no dairy in it whatsoever. So for those of you out there, choose on the stove. For those of you out there who wanted something in the realm of vegan, those of you, yep, that's right. It is an ice cream maker. Check that out. One of the last live streams that we used this bad boy on, believe it or not, one of the last ones we used this bad boy on, we made ice cream cake. We made an ice cream cake. Yeah. And there's not much left of that ice cream cake. It's dang good. Dang good. Okay, we're going to turn it right to there because I'm still not 100% happy with that. Yep. Queen Bee was like, oh, come on, man. Oh, the purple. Yeah, yeah. That's how it looks on camera. In actuality, it's, believe it or not, it's actually kind of a orangish red. Still pretty neat though. Oh, the slow cooker is right over here, kind of in behind the camera. We won't need that today. Yeah, I know, Queen. Well, I told you the front door's open. Come on over. That's better. That's what I wanted. All righty. So let's add in our seltzer water, the rest of it, a grand total of 4 cups. Now, that takes care of that. We're going to let this kind of simmer just a little bit, about a minute or two, okay? The next part of this is we're going to set our timer. I'm figuring for the amount of liquid that we have, which make about a quart and a half. I'm figuring the best solution for this is we're going to set our timer for around about an hour, okay? That's correct. That is very correct. So we're going to set the timer for about an hour, which is exactly why we started early, okay? I'm very happy with this so far. It looks amazing, looks wonderful. Yep. The orange really isn't that hot. When you start going up, basically, think of a prism. Think of a prism, okay? Has to do all with light and it's just weird, but it's neat. So I'm very happy with that. Okay, we're going to shut that off and let it start cooling, okay? But the next part of this is, again, we're going to be adding this solution to this here metal bowl. Now, why metal, if you're wondering? Because metal's a great conductor of temperature, okay? And in this case, we want a metal bowl because we want the cold to get in there as quickly as possible, all right? So I'm very happy. Light bubbles breaking, everything's dissolved. It looks good. We want all the little bits in there too. We want this to sit and melt. Just perfect. Move this up off the stove because that whole thing gets hot, really hot. And we're going to grab our aluminum foil. Aluminum foil, okay? Again, no plastic needed. Hey, what's going on? How you doing, Blucky? What do we got here? I don't know. I'm wondering where Ian's at. He's probably off conquering the world, knowing that guy. Now, real quick, good to see y'all. Real quick, tomorrow is an experimental dessert, and we'll tell you how it turns out. And if I like what I see or need to make any adjustments, it might end up on the Prince Magnum channel later. But this is going to be another frozen dessert. Kind of hard to say, but you guys won't get to see the end results until later. A frozen coffee dessert at that. Son of a gun. That ain't gonna work. Alrighty. Well, shoot. I'll figure that bullshit out later. Alrighty. Don't worry, Queen. We'll keep you in the loop. All right. Now, we're going to walk you over to the freezer real quick. I'm going to take y'all with me. We're going to come over here. Currently, right now, the bowl to our ice cream maker is right there, okay? No. The bowl to our ice cream maker is right there. We want it frozen, okay? You had no coffee today? Well, we're working up to where I'll be making some frozen coffee desserts, okay? Now, our mixture is in. Start the timer because we're going to be rocking down, believe it or not, for the next hour, okay? Basically, it's kind of like an ice cream coffee, more or less, is what we're going to be doing. Similar to some different desserts that they make in Italy. Very similar to. That's something else that we're working on here on the channel, and I'm experimenting with some different recipes. I think you guys might like what I might come up with. Wow, 6 likes already. So right now, currently, our sorbet mix is in the freezer. And if this was actual edited content, this would be about the time I would cut away and do like that whole TV time thing. But this is a great opportunity for us to talk. Sometimes it's important to get that out. Yes, there is sorbet tonight. Welcome, Meowdred. Welcome to the live stream. Yes. Hey, Minion, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? We are doing sorbet tonight. Lime sorbet. Yes, lime sorbet. Hey, what's going on, sis? For those that do not know, Hannah, the young lady known as Hannah, who's in the live stream right now, that's my little sister. That is my little sister. Oh, well, it's good to see you, sis. Big Brother's making lime sorbet tonight, which I know there's a lot of people that love a good sorbet. And for those who do not know, Princess Faye loves, likes, those tangy and sour desserts. And this was she'd been kind of asking for something like this. Never heard of a sorbet? Think of ice cream, but instead of a lot of dairy, it's a lot of fruit juice, more or less. But same concept. It's done up just like ice cream. As a matter of fact, we're going to be using my ice cream maker. But if done right, absolutely amazing. Of course, again, we had to make some minor adjustments in today's, for today's live stream. So, appreciate y'all being here with me today. It's going to be exciting. Basically, yes. And at the same time, we're going to be whipping air into it, just like they do with ice cream. So at the same time, we're also going to be increasing the volume of this. Now, in one of our last frozen dessert streams, we did actual ice cream cake, an Oreo. You got some cats? I love cats. So along with talking about today's live stream, one of the things that we were one of the last one of the last cooking live streams we did actually last week, not last week, but the week before. Um, we did an actual Oreo ice cream cake, and I'm using the hell out of that ice cream maker. This is something I've been asking for. Way to go, Minion. That's what's up. All right. And today's one of the things I also wanted to talk about while we're waiting for our sorbet mix to chill, um, is there was something that was brought up probably about a year ago, um, and it was talked about again here on the channel. Well, it was talked about in somebody else's channel, that um, basically one of the dear friends to the Maverick, one of the dear friends to the Prince Magnum channel had brought up that they felt, what's going on, Harold? We're making sorbet today. And yes, I seen you were premiering a video soon. I got to get over and check it out. Ah, sis, you're messed up sometimes. I wouldn't have you any other way, though. So for those that do not know, there's one lady. She changed her channel name, but I always remember as Katie. And a dear friend, she was going by Frozen Cookie, but initially she used to go by Cookie Danny. And lots of gaming. And matter of fact, Harrison Ford Universe knows exactly who I'm talking about. I was in their live stream one day and was talking about some of the things that I was, ooh, there you go. There you go. Baked potatoes. I love that. Yeah, think different. You know why? Because believe it or not, we're making sorbet today. I had to start it early. Yeah, that sounds amazing. Sounds amazing. For the record, I've been wanting to do ribeye steaks on the, been wanting to do ribeye steaks. That's what's up. That's what's up. Man, look at all the wonderful people in the live today. So because we're doing sorbet, I had to start early. So we'd at least have a nice hard set by the time Princess Faye got home. And just before we get, everything bounced in and everything, we'll again go over the ingredients, how we did it, to kind of get everyone who's just joining us caught up to speed. But and again, for those who do not know, Hannah, who's in the live stream, is my little sister, for those who do not know. I am doing fantastic. I had a miracle happen to me today. I woke up this morning and I found it not necessary to take a drink. Any day that still happens is still truly a miracle. I've been waiting all day to say that to y'all. Princess Faye is stuck at work. She won't be getting home till almost 11 o'clock tonight. So, I wanted her to have a nice dessert when she came home from work, because I know she's going to eat at work, Yeah, she's stuck, but she'll have a nice, hopefully, yep, she'll have hopefully a nice dinner. Well, a night, she'll eat at work and then come home and have a nice dessert waiting for her. Now, again, this is an attempt because I had to make a few minor modifications to this dessert, but I've got a good feeling on it, okay? Basically, I had to start off making a lime syrup. Now, real quick, for those that do not know, where I live in the St. Francis County, Missouri area, Iron County, and in Madison. I live in St. Francis County, Missouri, but in a couple of the surrounding counties, besides St. Francis County, Iron County, and believe it or not, Madison County. The work that I've done here on the Prince Magnum channel has earned me a reputation for being one of the most romantic husbands in the area with the work that I've done here on the Prince Magnum channel. The Surviving Romance series was specifically designed to be a guide. Well, sis, thank goodness I spent a little bit of time out of the area. So, and across the board, a lot of women, these are the things they want their husbands to do. I've listened to a lot of women over time. There you go, Harold. Thank you for dropping the link so we could find you. Okay. So a lot of work that I've done here on the Prince Magnum channel has been not just about custom cars and not just focused on history, but it has been focused on, ironically enough, it's been focused on romance. So that being said, because there has been a focus on romance, the Prince Magnum channel, to my knowledge, is credited with #1 being the first YouTube channel to bring both custom cars and romance as its main platform. Now, granted, our main message is enjoying life without a drink or a drug, but the main part of that crux of doing that is custom cars and romance. We have other stuff we do too, history, we do video games, and just whatever we can do that's fun. But the main part of that fun is focused around custom cars and romance, and we're the first in the world, to my knowledge, to do it. Someone contact Guinness. We're the first. That also being said, we do more than cooking for the romance side, but it is one of the easiest. Listening, very good, Minion, very good. One of the first things that I have learned from Princess Faye, if I want to nail down, romance for her, it's going to be all about listening, okay? And there are some things that I will say that that I'm still working on. We need a science area. Well, believe it or not, occasionally I do bring science in to the whole custom cars. I bring science into the cooking. There's a lot of science involved. Science makes those worlds work. And, so again, one of the things that we have done, I feel very well here on the Prince Magnum channel, is bring both custom cars and romance to the forefront because the two subjects have always went together. Now, resin pencils. Crafting is not my area. Crafting, that is going to be Princess Faye's area. And I try to stay out of that area as much as possible because I'll be honest with you, I can craft a little bit, but I'm not that crafty, okay? So one of the first things that I'm going to say here on the Prince Magnum channel, and it's been a little while since I've said it, I hate that term. We hear this all the time. Happy wife, happy life. Husbands, how many times have we heard that one? We've heard that one a lot, haven't we? Happy life, happy wife, happy life. I hate that term. I like to say, if the best part of keeping a good relationship, if a husband remembers to act like a prince and treat his wife like a queen, he will never have to worry about divorce court. Yes, Sexy Saturdays should be back on for this next Saturday, okay? Thank goodness, because Princess Faye is off this next week Saturday, and so am I. Happy one. So basically, what I will say, A good husband. What's going on, Simon? We're doing sorbet tonight. Frozen desserts. Frozen desserts. So, again, I will say a smart husband will act like a prince, treat his wife like a queen, and he should never have to worry about divorce court. Okay? That he shouldn't. Okay? Now, that's if all parties are doing their part. So, husbands, think treating your wife like royalty, and that sort of thing. How far or my personal favorite that we say here on the Prince Magnum channel: if she's worth it, you'll do it. Okay? If your other half's worth it, you'll do it. Okay? Plain and simple, bar none, hands down. That's the only way I know how to do things. Okay? If she's worth it, you'll do it. Plain and simple. And again, when I say husbands, it is a generic term nowadays, okay? The Prince Magnum channel had to get with the times, way back when we started this. You'd rather have a night? However you want to word it, treat your sweetheart like royalty, okay? I'm wanting to do a collaboration with Harold. I've been wanting to do a collab with Harold. Neighbors downstairs have a cute looking dog, more or less a giant puppy, more or less, but it's a good dog. Now, a while back, someone actually, it was a Cookie Danny, and if Harrison is still lurking around, he'll know who I'm talking about. I haven't. He's been in and out of the Discord today. He may be chilling today, but regardless, I'm hoping he's okay. We're gonna come inside. We're going to chill because it is freaking hot outside. For those of you across the pond, it's upwards of almost 30 degrees. Correctly, it's almost 30 degrees Celsius for those of you across the pond, upwards around the 90s with humidity out today. So it's ridiculously hot outside. Now that I have said that, again, so I smoke outside of the apartment with very little time inside the apartment. 110 there. Yeah, it's ridiculously hot outside. So we're going to come into the office. We're going to kind of chill out just a bit. Real quick, for those that do not know, our dear friend Simon is a member of a Facebook group known as the Sunnies, and I am a member of the Sunnies. The Sunnies are, just an amazing group of friends. Some of them are on YouTube, some of them are not. But we are all about supporting each other and building each other up. A lot of people in that group that have went through a lot of hard time, went through a lot of crazy stuff. Yeah, we hope it does. As hot as it's been getting. So they're an amazing group of people. That's about 93. That's upwards around, believe it or not, that's upwards around 30 to almost 32 degrees Celsius for those overseas. So kind of a heads up, it is hot outside here in Missouri. The humidity just makes it worse. It's just ridiculously hot. Currently, right now, we are 44 minutes out, but we will check on our solution. Yes, for some people, though, they can't handle all that humidity, especially those people who have asthma. So please be careful outside. Lots and lots of fluids. All right. So currently, right now, we're kind of chilling out. Now, as I started to talk about, basically, I was in other people's chat, sometime back, and believe it or not, they actually said that they felt that the romance side of the Prince Magnum channel was setting the bar too high for some guys. I never really thought that. I don't feel it's that way. It's a really sweet compliment, but I don't think so. Um, what's romance to some of you ladies out there? You know, what's romance to all of you? And ha! Hey, there's nothing wrong with romance, okay? What is romance to you? Okay, ask yourself that question. There's one particular lady that I work with. Romance is as simple, right? Okay, right there. My sister says something as simple as buying chicken nuggets. One woman I know that we were talking, and she said, "You know, I don't get into all that sappy stuff." I said, "Well, tell me something that you and your husband like to do." This is a gal that I work with. She thinks it's cute that that Princess Faye and I, we have the relationship we do, and I do the stuff that I do. But to her, it's too sappy. Okay, that isn't romance to her. To her, romance is something totally different. Her husband works on motorcycles, builds up gorgeous looking motorcycles, and he built up this. I think it was, I forget what it is. I think it was some sort of Yamaha, real nice Yamaha road bike. Um, 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 See, it's the simple stuff. Okay. Again, we're right back to what is romance to you. Now, that being said, you know, okay, Mike G's got a good question for me. Let's see what he's got. I'm gonna turn these down a little bit. But to her, jumping on the back of his custom motorcycle and going to this one restaurant, that's romance to her. So beyond that point, beyond that point, um, anything else is completely useless to her as far as romance goes. You know, so just kind of take that in. See, right there, Meowdred has her idea of romance. Is there anything wrong with that? No. So husbands, listen and listen well. Okay. For the record, I need to get on the stick. I'm happy. I'm having fun. I'm having fun. That's all that matters, you know? And, romance is open to your idea of interpretation, okay? So setting the bar high, I don't think we've done that. I think, if anything, we've just given good ideas. And there's nothing wrong with having good ideas. I've actually had some lady say romance is as simple as coming home to a clean house. That's it. I mean, how much easier can you get? So any husband that, and some women will say they don't mind the sappy stuff every once in a while. There's nothing wrong with the sappy stuff for romance. But to them, anything beyond that point, no. Why not, sis? That's my sis. To her, the simple stuff is all she needs. See, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? That's what's up, minion. So, again, here's an idea that I could throw out to you guys, okay? Now, I've done this. I did this before, Princess Faye. I did it in a previous relationship, and it worked out fine. It worked out just fine for me. Maybe this is breathing. This was something that I did. If you want an idea for something sappy, take this idea, run with it. I actually sent roses to a gal one time, and had a fake rose put into the bouquet, and I put on the card, "I will stop loving you when all of these die." Well, the fake rose doesn't die. And she loved it. She's like, "Oh my God." She's at her, and all the gals at her job were sitting there going, "That is probably the sweetest, sappiest thing I have ever heard in my life. That is the sweetest thing." They're like, "Oh my God." So I was already doing the romance stuff long before this, but it depends on your idea of romance. But there's nothing wrong with the sappy stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. For Princess Faye, the crowning jewel for romance out of this guy right here for Princess Faye, she said that she wanted a romantic bubble bath. And we did an entire series on it, all recorded. And believe it or not, you never know. You never know. Everybody's different, Blucky. Everybody's different. Cooties. The cooties joke again. I didn't know that joke still existed. Um, so let me reiterate right now, okay, that here on the Prince Magnum channel, we did do a Valentine's series this year that just was off the charts amazing. And let me say right now, it's going to be tough to top because I did a whole thing on basically a home spa for Princess Faye. And let me tell you, she loved every freaking minute of it. Basically, for Valentine's Day, she came home to a nice, hot, vanilla scented bubble bath. As soon as she laid down in that hot and that hot bubble bath, vanilla scented, I turned out the lights and lit the candles. So it was a candle lit, vanilla scented bubble bath. Then I brought her, of all things, yeah, and I explained it in the video, so I don't need to go over it again. I brought her a glass of red wine, chilled to perfection. So she had a glass of red wine that I brought her. Then, to go along with that glass of red wine, she had, believe it or not, I brought in some nice strawberries, tops all cut off. No, I'm sorry, I left the stems in place and basically set it up. All she had to do was take the strawberries directly from the bowl, bite them off, and then throw them directly into this little waste bucket. And all she had to do was just sit there and relax in the tub, eating strawberries. Yes, I finished The Legend of Zelda. I beat it yesterday. So that was her Valentine's Day. She came home to a vanilla scented bubble bath. Nice hot bubble bath, candle lit with strawberries and a glass of red wine. And all she had to do. Yeah. So that was her Valentine's Day. We didn't do anything exciting that evening because she passed right the frick out. As soon as she got out of the tub, head hit the pillow. She was out like a light. I didn't. That was exactly. And that whole series is right here on the Prince Magnum channel where I walk everybody through exactly what to do. And I even even showed how to do a foot spa if you wanted to go the extra, that extra one. Yeah. Yep. All she had to do was lay in the tub, vanilla scented bubble bath, and yeah. Oh, my sis. Well, sis, you're not the, some women wouldn't like all that attention. But I know a lot of women that right now are, as I'm talking about that series, are sitting there going, what the flying frick? That sounds amazing to come home to after a long day at work. And Princess Faye loved every moment of it as soon as she got home. And as soon as, yeah, I mean, it was just perfection at its finest. Yes. Sis, there is a Christmas song you might enjoy. Look up Red Water by a band called Typo Negative. You'll love it. Heavy metal. Sis, Let me explain again. Princess Faye was stuck at work Valentine's Day, and when she came home after a long shift, she laid down in that tub, and that was it. Everything was taken care of for her, you know, even cleaned all day long. She came home, and there it was. She just laid down in that tub, and that was it. Right now, there are some ladies right now, I guarantee, if they're watching the playback or they've seen those videos. As a matter of fact, Hell Girl does video games, or HGX does video games. When she's seen that, she's like, oh God, why? Why? For the record, Hell Girl, from what I understand, her husband does not like her watching that. Psycho Stick Christmas. I've heard of those. But yes, she was like, oh, God, Prince Magnum, why? Evidently, Hell Girl is not allowed to watch Surviving Romance. Ever. Because her husband's like, honey, I love you, but no. This is a way over the top. This guy is shooting for the moon here, no. Yeah. Yeah, Hell Girl's an amazing gal. She's a sweetheart. And when she's seen that, she's evidently some of the stuff we do here on Surviving Romance, her husband feels that it's shooting for the moon. So take some time, talk to her, see what she considers as romance. Don't give up, folks, okay? Do not, husbands, talk to your sweethearts. See, for the record, one of the next things that I got to do is I have to learn how to salsa dance. Yeah, Helly's streaming right now, and that sort of thing. So real quick, no, I love Typo Negative. Typo Negative is one of my all-time favorite. It ranks right. I treat Typo Negative right up there as they're right in the same category as my all-time favorite band, Kiss. I love Kiss. Kiss is my all-time favorite band. But for singer-songwriters, my all-time favorite, sis, tell me if this doesn't sound familiar. One of my all-time favorite singer-songwriters is Neil Diamond. Neil Diamond's one of my all-time favorites. There you go. Really? Minion, you never told me you were a metalhead. Rocking out. That's what's up. Oh, I love. See, when I go to do. Yes. And believe it or not, there is video of dear old Prince Magnum on stage. There you go. There is video of dear old Prince Magnum on stage singing Hello Again by Neil Diamond. And I've got my arm around, beautiful Princess Faye singing that song to her. There is actual video of that here on the Prince Magnum channel. Quite a few videos of it. And for those that do not know, Hello Again, I sang that as when Princess Faye and I got married, I sang that as our. There you go. That's what's up. You better send me some links. I actually sang that as our wedding song at our wedding reception. I sang Princess Faye's and I's wedding song at our wedding reception. It was awesome. I think my mom actually still has some of that video. But yeah, believe it or not, there is actual video. There you go. You better be making sure I get it. Yeah. So let's go in. Yeah. There's we didn't get to do it this year. Normally every year I also learn a brand new love song for Princess Faye. Oh shoot, I just walked out of there. We'll have to. Okay, we have been our sorbet. Please don't I crashed it. Holy cow. Sorry about all that. Don't know what I did. That was my fault. That's not YouTube. Okay. Totally booted myself out of my own live stream. What the frick is wrong with me? It's okay, folks. We're still live and we're still rocking. Okay. Our sorbet mix has been in the refrigerator for over half an hour. We actually got 26 minutes left on the timer, but we're going to go ahead and check it and make sure everything is okay. All right. So first things first, I'm going to pull out our sorbet mix. It's still a little warm to the touch, okay? Which we knew that was a possibility. So we're going to let it chill a little bit longer. All right? Still a little warm to the touch. Another reason why we used the metal bowl, okay? So, that's what's up. All right, now, again, we've got the bowl to the ice cream maker in the freezer right now, and it's doing its thing, staying cool. All right? Now, again, this was the ingredients that we used, all right? Basically, I had to make a cup of lime syrup. Lime syrup. I'm not a big fan of either of any of those, sis. So basically, I made a cup of lime syrup. Then 1 cup of sugar. 1 cup of Perrier water. The juice of 1 lemon and 1 lime. Then the zest of said lemon and lime with a pinch of salt brought to a bare simmer until the sugar was melted down completely. Then, once that happened, we kept it at a simmer and added in 3 more cups of Perrier water. Then, from there, we put it inside of a metal bowl after letting it simmer just another couple of minutes and threw it in the refrigerator. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So it's in the Discord. So right now, our sorbet mix is still chilling out. Now, we're going to go ahead and continue to give it we're going to let it finish out. And then we'll be over the hour marker. Okay? Then, once that happens, it's going to start happening fast. We're going to basically set up the ice cream maker. And then from there, with the ice cream maker rocking and rolling, we're going to add our mix in while it's running. I've been using this thing like crazy. I've been asking Princess Faye, believe it or not, I've been asking her for an ice cream maker for a couple of years. So that is where we stand right now. We're getting closer to sorbet time. And hopefully, if I've done my job right, this is going to be a smooth, scoopable sorbet. Believe me, Princess Faye will love it. This is something that she's been asking. More frozen. She's like, you've got an ice cream maker. I want some frickin' frozen desserts. Yes, dear, I will be glad to deliver. So, again, that is where we stand right now. There you go. That's what's up. So, we are about 22 minutes out from pulling that from the refrigerator. And regardless, I'm not going to wait any longer than that, okay? Because it'll be as cool as I can get it within an hour, all right? So, we are going to hang out, going to wang chung a little bit more, okay? So, again, I love to cook, and I love to cook for Princess Faye. She's, y'all don't understand. I will say it right now. Many of you ladies right now here on the channel, I will say you are very beautiful in your own special way. I've never met, I will say right now, I've never met a woman that wasn't attractive in some way, shape, or form. But that being said, what I consider attractive in a woman probably might surprise some of y'all out there. I'm going to do something bad so Queen Bee can yell at me. The first thing that I'm going to say is what I consider attractive in a woman. You didn't miss much right now, sis. We're just kind of checking over the ingredients, making sure everything's rocking and rolling. All right. I'll go back in once I had my smoky smoke. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is what what I consider attractive in a woman. Okay. And it might surprise. Yes, I need a smoky smoke. You don't want me. I was getting rage worthy yesterday doing that Legend of Zelda stream because I didn't come out and have. I am not. I am not. Let me say right now that what I consider attractive in a woman might surprise a lot of you out there. Give me a good personality in a woman. Give me a good personality, sense of humor, things like that. Someone I could talk to, joke around with, basically someone that I don't mind waking up the rest of my life. Sis, I am not becoming a chain smoker. In a lot of ways, I already am. I already am. I smoke a lot, but since having to come outside, I smoke less. Right? And I'm having my cigars, come on. There we go. So, now that I've said that, real quick, again, I, I have, I've said this before. I have met women. That's true. That's true. I have met women that were physically drop dead gorgeous. And I mean, we're talking, I've met women that were physically drop dead gorgeous, but the moment they started talking, they got ugly in a real hurry, in a real hurry. I just didn't really, I really didn't like what I was talking to. And that's the kind of gal that you wouldn't want to take home to meet your mom, But then there are some gals that most guys wouldn't give a second glance to, but they were the most beautiful women I had ever met in my life. That's the kind of woman that I don't mind taking home to meet my mom, And that being said, you know, I will say that Princess Faye is a physically attractive woman, very beautiful, very gorgeous, but she is literally the most beautiful woman that I have met in my entire life. Okay. That's why I married her. So when I talk about the beauty of a woman, I'm talking about their personality, you know, um, physical, physical doesn't mean a thing, you know, in lieu of, a good personality. Physical's just the outer covering. And I will say that again, that I have met some women that were drop dead gorgeous, but the moment they started talking, they got ugly. And sure, sis, sure. Whatever. No, well, that's another subject for another time. But the truth of it is I mean, like I said, I've met some guys that, they get hung up on physical. They get hung up on physical and they really shouldn't, you know, they really shouldn't, but they do, you know. Well, sis, let's just say I know your upbringing. I know your upbringing is the same one that I would have gotten. Right? You know, so it is what it is. But there are guys out there that they get hung up on physical. And, um, I don't. I don't. I'm like a fine wine. I just keep getting worse in a lot of ways. Well, I keep getting better with age. Now, again, we're kind of chilling out, and we're waiting for our sorbet mix to kind of chill out a little bit. And again, here just shortly, we're gonna start churning that. Yeah. We're gonna start running it through the ice cream maker. It's gonna be amazing. Hopefully, this is it. Like I said, I did have to modify the recipe a little bit, but it's not a big deal. I mean, sometimes you got to think outside the box, and maybe this might become a thing where, once a week we might just, especially here in the summertime, we might start making some different frozen desserts. I know I've been working up to. I know that we'll be definitely working up to doing, some. I wanted to do some sorbets. We're looking at some coffee desserts to kind of replace some of that stuff that you get at like Starbucks and McDonald's and places like that. So you don't have to go to those places. It's still your choice, but we'll make better than they got. Along with that, we might even try to make I know I'm definitely looking at making some vanilla ice cream, and then we might actually make our own chocolate syrup to go on it. We might actually make our own sundaes. We might make our own that would be funny. Sundays on a Sunday. We might do that once. But I know that we're going to start streaming Legend of Zelda at least once a week. I know that is definitely on the table. That sort of stuff. That's what I've been wanting to do. And yesterday, if y'all missed it, I did old school Legend of Zelda, the original. I've heard that too. We might have to try that. We might have to try that experiment. Queen caught the Sundays on a Sunday. Yeah, that would be nice. We'll look at doing all sorts of dessert treats here on the channel. I know that's going to be a lot of fun doing desserts. There we go. Well, we'll definitely do it. We'll definitely try some different desserts. Coconut, okay. But I know we definitely want to do sorbets. We might even do frozen custards. Yum, yum. Frozen custards. That's one of the things I love about doing live streams like this is we get a chance to really hang out, and you guys get to see the behind the scenes stuff that you don't get to see during the editing content. And that's so much fun to let y'all see whenever I have my successes and my Reese's ice cream. Oh, okay, we might have to do that one too. Yes, Prince Magnum can do frozen custards. With that ice cream maker, dark chocolate, yeah, we could do that too. There's not too much I can't do. I have the mindset if you set your mind to something, almost anything is achievable. Okay? That is the mindset that dear old Prince Magnum has. If you set your mind to something, a lot is achievable. There you go. So that is what we are working on. Currently, right now, like I said, we are going to go back in. We're going to check our dessert mix, or at least check the timer on it. Feeling the outside of the bowl, it still definitely was warm to the touch, which I'm not super worried about it. Okay? I'm not super worried about it. We have about, we're under 12 minutes to go before we pull that out. There you go. Everyone's been wanting me to do cakes and stuff. Princess Faye doesn't allow me to bake a whole lot. Oh, right now it's clear blue skies outside, but I didn't feel like doing a whole lot of anything. We don't have a whole lot in the way of new parts to slap on Project Spirit. So it's just one of them things, you know. We are going to do a walk around video of the project car sometime this week. Yeah, it's just a little too hot for me outside, so we won't be hanging outside too much. It's one of them things. I don't feel like burning up outside. So I've got the lid off. We're winding down. Let's double check. I'm gonna turn y'all towards the refrigerator, and we're gonna double check everything. Okay, it's just about where I want it. Just about where I can live with it. And here in just a moment, we're going to turn this bad boy on. Yes, I will be live Tuesday. Now, tomorrow, Princess Faye is going to be live. Princess Faye is going to be live on her channel. Oreos. You know, it's going to be an interesting run. Okay. So again, we're down to the wire where we're going to start. We're going to do the sorbet thing. Yes, I have my coffee. For those that do not know, Prince Magnum runs on coffee. Oh, no! We're out of coffee. Now, tomorrow during Princess Faye's live stream, I'm going to be working behind the scenes with an experimental. I don't know what she's going to be streaming. I just know she's going to be streaming. That's all I know. I know she's going to try to top. I know she's going to try to outdo Ian's marathon stream. I know that much. That's all I know. And I know sometime this coming week, we are going to be, I don't know. She didn't tell me. I'm going to tell her to post it in the Discord. Kind of keep everyone posted. That way, I know it's going to be early in the day. That's all I know. But the game plan is for tomorrow, Princess Faye will be live streaming. I'm going to be working behind the scenes on the next frozen dessert project. Now, if all goes well, I'm going to be delivering to you guys an amazing coffee dessert later this week. Similar to, it's going to be based on an Italian recipe. So just kind of a heads up, you know. I love me some, you know. Yeah, it might be around noon. It just kind of a heads up. She'll let you know when she's going to be going live. So we've got 8 minutes to go. We're going to turn this where you guys can get a good look-see. And we're going to scoot this over. And here in just a moment, the bowl is going to go down right here. The ice cream bowl will go right here. Then we'll put in basically our spinner, lid it up, and we're going to start it running. Then while it's running, oh, your Discord? Okay, yeah, I'll let her know to put it in everybody's Discord. And basically, we're going to churn this up, and hopefully we got an amazing, there you go, Queen, thank you. We will have an amazing frozen dessert when we're done. It'll be soft set, but in order to get a hard set, well, we'll talk about that just shortly, okay? And I'm going to show you guys some easy stuff that'll keep your ice cream or sorbets or frozen yogurts or anything like that, which we might even do a frozen yogurt at some point. Basically, this is an easy way to keep it, you know, from getting nasty inside the freezer, okay? Because the homemade stuff goes nasty really easy as opposed to the store-bought stuff, okay? So that's what's up. All right. You know what? I'm happy with that. We're going to just stop the timer right there. We're going to set our time for about 15 minutes, okay? I'm going to scoot the camera where hopefully you all can see very, very well. It is time to sorbet. You guys ready? Hopefully I did this right. I hope I did. Get a few of the seeds out that I seen. Bam! All right, here we go. All right, we are churning. You guys want to see? Want to see? Starting our timer for 15 minutes. We're going to see how this turns out. If we need more time, we'll make more time. But now, it's already started. It's already started. Yeah, this is the real stuff now. This, so we are now down to where, oh yeah, it's nice and cold. Now, for part of this, we're going to get out, while this is churning, we're going to get out some reusable containers. Tight sealing, okay? Now, we could put this into one giant sealable container, but let me say right now that it isn't. Oh, don't worry. Even if you miss out, we still got the playback. That's right. Okay, so make sure you get out some nice lidded containers like this. And make sure that, because it's going to take more than you think. All right. Thank you so much, Meowdred and Minion, for being here with us, hanging out with us for this entire time. Guys, if you've not checked out, Versus the Game, absolutely an amazing couple doing video game live streams. Be sure to go over there and show them some love. They're amazing people. Love them very much. And dear friends to the Prince Magnum channel, strong, solid members of the Maverick Nation. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Love y'all. Love you guys. All right? Don't you ever forget it. Oh, no, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. So, again, our sorbet mix is in here doing its thing. I cannot wait to see how this turns out. I'm hoping I got this right. Everything's staying put and doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. Now, the reason why we have these sealable, reusable containers is small batches, all right? Because with the homemade stuff, even with homemade custards and ice creams, it'll form a film over the top. Don't do that to yourself, okay? It'll get kind of leathery. You know how some ice cream over time will get leathery on the top, especially in the cardboard containers? Get their sealable, reusable containers, and you are all set. All right? So currently right now, Sorbet is doing its thing. Let's take another look so you guys can see how it's churning and developing. Isn't that amazing? Doesn't that look good? So, you guys excited? I'm wondering how this is going to turn out. Oh, yeah. Now, real quick, if this does become a thing where you guys enjoying the frozen desserts, we're definitely going to make that a thing. Now I can put my hand on the stove. It's all cooled off. Does it look good, Queen? Yes, this looks good. I'm happy with this so far. Kimmy. Well, it's not done yet. It's not done yet. This is the fun part, waiting. No, it isn't. But it is neat to see it. It's churning real good. You can see it kind of starting to frost up a little bit. And we'll check in. I'll let you guys look in there every now and again so you can see it, how it's coming together. Yeah, I've got 10 minutes to go. And so far, it's slow, but that's okay. Again, this is a dessert that's something that Princess Babe was asking for. And I've been dying to do for her. Again, we might look at doing frozen custards. Hey, Harrison. There you go, buddy. Isn't that neat? It's doing its thing right now. Now everything's churning up a little bit faster. It's going a little bit quicker. So again, this is something, basically a good, reasonably priced ice cream maker. And we're going to, again, it's still nice and cold. And we chilled our mix for about an hour. Of course, if I had to quit talking it to death, it probably would have taken less. So, yeah, I'll have to get some more frozen recipes. And I know how much you guys are going to love frozen. It's summertime here in the U.S. And frozen desserts is an absolute must. That means Princess Faye gets to enjoy frozen desserts. And for those of you who are on vegan diets, sorbet. Sorbet, my friends. Okay? And that's exactly what we did. More or less, if you will, sorbet, the easiest way I could put it, think of vegan ice cream. I'm goofing. Anyhow, cool part is with that motor churning, for those of you who enjoy ASMR videos, right there. Yeah, we got a good churn going. Now, again, we'll review the recipe so far. I've made my own lime. Basically, I made a lime syrup, more or less. Then, from that lime syrup, I used 1 cup. Then, a cup of sugar. The juice of 1 lemon and 1 lime. Along with that, the zest of said lemon and lime. Then, a pinch of salt. I brought that to a nice simmer till everything was dissolved. Then, with a cup of Perrier water. So 1 cup of Perrier water was used in the initial base. Then, after that, we added in, believe it or not, 3 more cups of Perrier water, which is, again, this stuff right here, okay? Use club soda, I guess, if you want, but I wanted something a little bit better than just regular club soda. Oh, yeah, that feels good. And that is the base for our sorbet, okay? Which Harrison got really excited when he seen the Perrier water. He likes to drink Perrier water. Well, we're using that for sorbet today. So it's going to have an interesting taste. Get a little bit more of that in there. Coffee. Five minutes out. All right, it's starting to cloud up just like I want to see. So how it's getting cloudy, that means it's trying to freeze. I'm going to check something real quick, though. That isn't what I wanted to check. Yeah, it's still ice cold. Just taking a minute, that's all. Could have probably went with a slightly smaller batch. But again, it's still kind of experimental. While we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and add another 15 minutes to the timer. 18 total. All right, start that timer again. And let's go and do something naughty. We're going to have a cigarette. Total of 7 people in the live stream that I could see, and a grand total of 10 likes. Thank you all so much for that. Appreciate that. We'll check back on that on our sorbet here in just a moment. So, what do you guys think so far? Interesting? Mm. Queen's going to yell at me here in a second. Let's see. We might even also have to try some other desserts too. Who knows what we might do. Might even have to try a mint sorbet too. Ooh. Oh my goodness. I'm glad y'all came in today. We've been having some fun these days. Oh man, been having a lot of fun. A lot of fun these days. I'm gonna have to shave. I don't like all this scruffiness. Oh my goodness. Let's see. We're still live, and I'm gonna say chat's kind of dead right now. Y'all are chilling out, I guess. Mm. Oh man. So tomorrow I won't be streaming tomorrow. Tuesday I will be back. And weather permitting, we'll be working on the bicycle. Ah, picking up some wings, huh? That sounds good. Sounds real good. Right after a live stream, I'm gonna make me a little something to eat. Which also reminds me, sometime this week, I also need to do kind of an easy cooking episode. There was actually someone in the Sunnies that brought up, she was mentioning that she was, eating pretty simple and cheap. And I thought, I need to do one where I'm on a real tight budget. I mean, a super tight budget. And basically only give myself like the simplest of simple stuff to make. That sort of thing. And I thought it would be a really good idea, to do something super simple and, basically do that for them. And, you know, because I mean, when they brought it up, I thought, shoot, I could do that. I could do that. Literally only give myself where I have to make a meal for, a romance meal for two on a really tight budget. And I thought that would be a really good idea. Thought that would be a fantastic idea. Only give myself like $10 to spend, and I have to whip up an amazing dinner for two. Y'all think I could do it? We know I can do it. So I thought that would be fun. Might even make it a ramen noodle challenge. Yeah, a ramen noodle challenge. That's okay, Mike G. That's okay. Yeah, think different. I think I can do it. Basically, I got to make dinner for two, and I have to do it on a budget. I only give myself, believe it or not, a total of $10 to do it on. I think I can do it. There they go again. I might be able to do that too. I might be able to do that too. I might be able to whip up some drinks. Well, at least you're uploading videos. That's all that matters. You want to see it happen? I can. And I'll make it where yeah, well, I don't know if we'll be able to do drinks. It might depend. Might depend. Yeah, I might be able to do it. I might be able to do it. Actually, I know I can do it. I know I can whip up a $10 meal. Um, Actually, I know I can. So, our local police department come by to make sure everything's in order over this way. Our police department monitors the area very closely because of the Prince Magnum channel, not because I cause any problems, but they monitor the area to make sure no one's causing problems over here. So a big special shout out to the Bonne Terre City Police Department that makes sure that the area where the Prince Magnum channel is safe, very safe for Project Spirit. Big shout out to the Bonne Terre City's finest police officers you could ask for. Doing their part to keep the city safe. Big shout out to them. Big shout out. And a big shout out to the police chief, Doug Calvert, who also insists that they regularly check up, make sure that nothing's going wrong over in this direction. Big shout out to the police chief doing his part. All right, we're back with the ice cream maker. And again, we're now starting. Okay, well, I won't tell you. I will just show you. See how it's clouding up? That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. We want to see that. Okay? That frothiness at the top, that's ice crystals starting to form, making our sorbet. Okay? That's what we wanted to see. Everything is still cold, which is exactly also what we wanted to see as well. Might have been better if I'd have left it in the refrigerator, the solution in the refrigerator a little bit longer, but it is doing its job. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. We've got Perrier water left over. I know Princess Faye will be happy about that because that means more sorbet. We might even have to try an apricot version. What do you guys think? I'm excited. I'm wondering how this is going to turn out. Now, again, this is an idea that Princess Faye had. When I told she heard about sorbets, she's like, "What is that?" And I told her, she's like, "That sounds amazing. I want." I'm excited. I'm curious how this is going to turn out. So Princess Faye's been using the crap out of my black Hawaiian salt. And for a minute, I thought the chat moved. It's coming along just fine. We wanted to see that cloudiness. We wanted to see this starting to blend up and the churn, whipping air in and everything. This is going to be all right. I think it's going to turn out okay. Now, real quick, if you happen to accidentally forget your sorbet on the counter, okay, don't throw it back and it melts. Don't panic. Put the bowl in the refrigerator and churn it in your ice cream. Just let it melt and put it back in the refrigerator, chill it, and then, of all the things, you can return it. You can keep doing it as many times as you need to, okay? So that's one of the nice things about homemade stuff. So that's where we're at on this, okay? This is homemade, all right? Made by the loving hands of a husband for his beautiful wife. You guys keep an eye on that, all right? Did it do anything? Oh my gosh. Y'all missed it yesterday though. We did a Legend of Zelda stream. Took me a little over 6 hours to beat that game, but we made it. Hey, Jack Knight Finnegan's live. Yeah, I spent the good part of today doing some cleaning. Glad I did. Thank you for the few that have stuck around. Appreciate that. Yeah, yeah, it spoke all right. It's going to take a little bit, but I figured it might. I figured it might. Let's see where it's at. That's funny. Jack and Diane, and I love that. It's turning up real nice. I'm getting excited. But it isn't sorbet just yet. Double check and make sure our bowl is still ice cold to the touch, which it is. Now, what is actually also happening? Basically, this work bowl does the spinning, which I've never seen one like that. But it's been frozen, so the inner core is frozen. What it'll do is it'll spin around inside there, and as the solution freezes against the sides, the that little, kind of like the paddle attachment, like you would see in a mixer, basically as the bowl's spinning, scrapes down the sides, creating new crystals, similar to what you would find in ice cream, because it is more or less a frozen sugar solution. So that is what's happening. It's freezing and mixing, and as it's scraping down the sides, it's whipping air in. Now, that's the secret, okay? There are very expensive bottles out there, but this was the one that we got, and it was somewhat cost effective. Cuisinart, frozen yogurt, ice cream maker, and sorbet. That was definitely on the list. We knew we had to do a sorbet. Now, tomorrow I will be attempting a coffee version of this. And that's actually in the refrigerator tonight. And I will not be streaming that, but I'm gonna see how it turns out. If we like it, we'll definitely be doing it. But if we don't like it, well, then we won't do it. But if I like it, we're gonna definitely do it. So that is on the agenda. It's whipping up nice. It's just taking a while. I'm complaining. So that is where it stands right now. Yeah. Yeah, it's speaking to us. Well, you know what they say, the best desserts take time. It's good, it's got to take time, right? But it is freezing up a lot more now. I'm getting excited. Well, while that's running, I'm going to continue working kind of off to the side. And telling y'all, basically, I know sometime this week we are also going to be streaming more Legend of Zelda. We're definitely going to be tackling Breath of the Wild as a Legend of Zelda stream. And we might even go so far, which it's on the table, definitely on the table. We're going to basically take one of my saved files, start it over, not the one that you guys seen a couple weeks ago, but we're going to start one of them over again and go from beginning to end. And we'll live stream that for about 3 hours at a time, shut it down, and then pick up where we left off and keep going like that. I think that's going to be on the table. And we will unlock everything that we possibly can, including, because we have the DLC pack for that Legend of Zelda, we're definitely going to do that. Now, I'm also going to try to tackle some Legend of Zelda lore that you guys might find interesting. Okay? Definitely on the table. That'll be edited content, though. Oh, yeah. She's blending up nice. Looking good. So we are getting close to that 2-hour marker, which is why we had to start this stream early. Okay? We had to start it early. Because I knew it was going to take a good minute. Yeah, everything's still frosty. Oh, man. Well, I'm thinking about it. Go ahead and, just in case we need it, we'll go ahead and get another sealable container down. Here. You guys see what's going on. That's starting to look like something, isn't it? Still a little too liquidy yet. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna have me a soda because my coffee maker's indisposed at the moment. All right. You guys excited? See if I've got this right. Ah. Looking good, yeah. How many times I gotta tell you, Queen? Front door's open. You know, you and TFC Gaming can come over anytime you guys want. You know, front door's open. So we knew this was going to take a good minute. We knew this. Do something. I'm going to check it again. Oh yeah, it's freezing up. It's getting cold. Just making sure that everything's rocking and rolling like it should be. Okay. Like I said, it might have been better if I'd have done some of this off camera, but yeah, screw it. Watch time, my friends. Watch time. We're going to go do something bad because, you know, when I'm having to sit here and wait, my smoking habit kicks in. Beautiful out today, though, other than the humidity. We can live without the humidity, right? All right. Scooch a little bit so I'm not right up in the camera. Now, Queen, you know I'm not going to listen. That if I stare at that dang thing long enough, I'm going to get nervous that it's not going to set. Okay? That I did something wrong. I mean, I know it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. I know it's coming together. It's just taking a while, but I get nervous, okay? At least I'm honest. So, you know, it's one of those things. If I look at it long enough, I'll get... I'm telling you, I know it's going to be fine, but there's part of me that's worried that this is still going to go sideways, okay? In a lot of ways, this is still an experimental project because I had to modify the recipe because you can't get lime preserves in this area, which blew my mind, you know? But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Some days you're the bowling ballin'. I know, but there's always part of me that's worried that when I go to do one of these that I'm going to have a culinary accident. It's just my nature to worry, you know? I mean, you know, this is, you know, I'm supposed to be showing, you know, how great of a cook I am. And yeah, I'll mess up every now and again. And a lot of times I can fix it, but still, you know. They're out there. I've heard of them. They even seen them a few times. But evidently that's something that's kind of hard to get in our neck of the woods, you know, here in the Midwest. Yeah, I said it. So that's kind of one of them things. Right, you understand. So when I get worrying, you know, I smoke. It's one habit that, you know, that it's okay for me to do, in my opinion. Um, So, Princess Bay will be getting home, well, in a while yet. It's going to be a little bit yet. But, one of them things. So she'll be, I'm waiting to see if she pokes in long enough to see how the process is going. But yeah, I get nervous about this stuff. Just one of the things. But I knew this was going to be an extra long stream. That's why, like I said, I started early because I still want to have enough time to get clean shaven and everything, for returning to work and all that. Kind of let myself, right? You know, just one of them things. It's part of my nature to worry, you know. But But yeah, we got to get ready to start on the bike this week. Like I said, we're going to look at Legend of Zelda stream. Thursday hasn't changed. And it looks like Sexy Saturday will be back on. So we had a 2-week hiatus. And I kept telling her, I said, we got to get back at it. I said, people enjoy that. She's like, I know, her job, you know. Yeah, yesterday, y'all even got to hear me video game rage a little bit. You filthy Queen. I know, it was like, oh my God, I didn't know that sort of filth came out of his mouth. Oh my gosh. And Ian he laughed himself to death at whenever I would rage, but I stayed with it and we beat that game. And he wants me to do part 2 of that game. I'm like, oh, dude, you realize how cryptic that game is? It gets more cryptic. Oh, you're worse. Next Monday's okay. Um, all right, Queen, for your birthday, what stream would you like? What kind of stream would you like out of me for your birthday? What kind of stream would you like? Don't be shy. It's perfectly okay. What kind of birthday stream would you like? You name the. You want a cake? Well, Princess Faye won't let me bake. She won't let me bake. It's the last area of the kitchen I've yet to completely take over. But you want a cake? No, I mean, but seriously. You want to see me get beaten is what it is. Because she'll tear my head off. Unless I turn the stream over to her. No, seriously. I mean, what kind of stream would you like? And name the category? Would you like surviving romance? Would you like off the chain? Or maybe would you like maybe a do it yourself budget hot rodding? Come on. Those are the 3 I really only stream. Surviving romance, off the chain, or do it yourself budget hot rodding. You want to do it yourself budget hot rodding? Dang, they're getting serious over there, lighting off the big stuff now. Okay, do it yourself budget hot rodding. Let's see what we got coming in this next week, and we'll see what we can do. So you want to do it yourself budget hot rodding? You're getting ideas for hubby's project, is what it is. Dang, they're getting loud. That's been not. I believe it. I'm wondering how this is turning. It's just taking a little bit. Yeah, you can see the crystals forming, and you can see the fogginess on the spatula where I dipped it in. It's just going to take time. Might even take more churning than this, but we're getting there. We are getting there. Grand total of 8 people in the live stream and a total of 10 likes. We are churning our sorbet. I'm hoping that it comes together soon. But it's taking time. But we knew that. We knew that. All right, I'm going to set my timer now. For another 15 minutes. So we'll take care of that. No, you're not. You realize you're actually adding to my views. You realize that, right? You're adding to my views. Thank you. Some people just never learn. I love that. It's like he's got nothing else better to do. Get a hobby. Oh my gosh, the fun we have here on the channel. All right, let's come in and chill out while we're still waiting. I started the timer again. Let me double check, make sure that timer's properly full. That'll give us an idea where we're at. It's like he's got a. Can't hear me? Alrighty. Yeah, timer's going. Wanted to double check that. All right, let's head to the office. We're going to chill out. Kind of Wang Chung. Yeah, audio cut out briefly. It happens. All righty. So again, we're kind of chilling out, kind of Wang Chung. So to get y'all caught up to speed, I've just got to load it. If you want to have a conversation with me, you can always you know what? We're not going to bother with this. There we go. Um, some people never learn. So I can handle that too from time to time. And I have no problem doing what I do. That was some guy who has a physical attraction to me, more or less. I'm married. Get over yourself. You know, get over yourself, dude. All righty. So, yeah, yeah, ain't nothing. Don't worry about it. You see, you'll see him pop in regularly, um, because he needs a life. Yeah, dude, I called you out on that. Get a life, get a job, do something with yourself. If you want to have a conversation with me, I told you how to do that. But we know you won't actually talk to me. Yeah, trolls are out tonight. Yep. That's fine. He can run up my watch time. He can run up my watch time and that sort of thing. You know, I got no problem. You know, waste everybody's time. See what I mean? We already know, man. That's why you keep coming in here. It's perfectly okay. We understand. But I don't swing that way, you know? Come on. You know? We know. We know. That's why I'm not worried. Right? Right? That's what you get for walking away, man. We know it's perfectly okay. Surviving romance, you know, we know it's okay. I'm a happily married man. I don't swing that way. You know, it's all right. It's all right. Someone will come along. Someone will come along and make things great for you. But in the meantime, get a hobby, get a life. That's my response, you know. And you know how to get a hold of me if you want to have a conversation, okay? Some people, right? Some people. But anyhow, so looking ahead right now while we're waiting for this to finish churning, let's talk real quick. Um, Again, we're going to try to add some more stuff. And Queen definitely asked for her birthday a DIY, uh, a DIY episode or live stream, and that is definitely on the plate. You know, exactly, exactly. You know, we know it's perfectly okay. You know, we all have our fantasies. I guess, I'm his. It's perfectly okay. But Sexy Saturday should still be on this coming Saturday. Princess Faye is off. We were looking at doing one where I was going to be done up like Tim Curry from Rocky Horror Picture Show. I don't know if that's going to be a thing or if she has something else in mind. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. That's just one of them things. I have no idea. So, that being said, um, I don't know if that's going to be the thing, but I do believe Sexy Saturday is on, as it stands right now. I know everyone really enjoys that, and believe it or not, that gets a lot of views. That gets a tremendous amount of views. One of the last ones we did, believe it or not, well, the one where we did, where I was done up like a Boy George. Believe it or not, that one stopped. When I shut down the stream, it stopped at 140 views. That is ridiculous. And I'm like, shoot, yeah. That really sent my watch time through the minutes for a brief minute. I mean, it was awesome. And I was really excited. So I was like, honey, we got to do something. And my watch time has been affected since we haven't done it for the last couple weeks. I'm like, see? And she's like, yeah, we got to do something about this. So she talked to her boss. And I know a lot of people were really upset, having to, not being able to do it. Really, dude. Oh, I took care of them this time. You're just adding to my watch time, just adding views. We know. We know. It's perfectly okay. I told you if you want to have a conversation with me, how to get a hold of me. I'm an easygoing guy, but we know you're afraid because I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to know, not what you want to hear. Okay? Plain and simple. So, let's go check on our sorbet. Like I said, I turned him over to the police. At the time, he didn't have a VPN. Right now, he's trying to bounce himself all over the country. But that doesn't mean that a hacker with a little bit of know-how wouldn't be able to do that. Currently, our there we go. So currently, he's wanting to get caught. Hi, honey. Well, my beautiful, lovely wife has joined the chat. Honey, this is where we're at. Looking good. Yeah, it's just taking a while to freeze up, that's all. So we're waiting patiently. There you go. There you go. That's what's up. That's what's up, Mike. It's slow going, but it's getting there. Very slow going. And went near and had timer was going for nearly 15 minutes. I think I might have. There you go. Y'all want to take care of that for me? Thank you. Some people. 3 way to go from 50. That's what's up. That's what's up. You've been working hard, though. You've been working real hard. The fun part, waiting. Now, why worry, Mike? He's adding to my watch time. Every time he opens up this stream, every time that person opens up the stream, what will happen is he adds to my views. So don't worry. Just relax. Every time he opens up the stream, I get another view. Okay? He's just, even a few seconds adds to my watch time. Shoot, the rate I'm going, I'll be viral tonight. So I'm not worried. I am not worried. Can keep adding to my watch time. It's perfectly all right. This is the part I hate, though, waiting. Straight up honest, I hate this part, waiting and having to wonder if it's going to, Yep, my beautiful wife is here. Come on, we got to be getting close. Unless I got the sugar content way too high. Oh, everything's still frozen. It's just taking forever. Love this machine. Okay, honey. I loves you. We're getting there. Just taking forever. I hate that part. She's been having a bit of a rough day. Knucklehead at work, more or less. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes dealing with people, is what it is. Hey, what's going on, Bible? Sorbet tonight. Sorbet. It's just taking forever. We're making sorbet, which is basically a frozen, sweetened fruit juice. Think ice cream, but without the dairy in it. And it's just taking forever. It happens, though. It happens. I think maybe the sugar content might be a smidge too high. And for those who do not know, sugar solutions take a while to freeze up. So I may have gotten it a smidge too high, which that does happen from time to time. But we just have to be patient. So if you want to see the sorbet solution, No. American. Y'all want to take care of business for me? It's good to see you, Viable. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. Go ahead and ban them, too. Oh, and if you're wondering, Viable, we got a guy who's got a fascination with me bouncing in here. It's like he's obsessed. And we know if it's a guy who's obsessed with another guy, well, we know what really is going on. It's perfectly. He doesn't realize he's adding to my views. It happens. It's a new age, you know? And yesterday was America's Independence holiday. So along with that, you're going to hear some fireworks in the background. They're blowing stuff up. There you go. That's what's up, V. Wow. See what I mean? Fascinated with me. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Just getting me closer. Yeah, this is just taking a little while. Like I said, I think I got the sugar content a smidge too high because this is more or less a saturated sugar solution. And for those that don't know, that's one of the secrets to sorbets and ice creams and frozen custards is you have to get the sugar content at about like 30%. And I may have gotten it a little too high, probably a little closer to 40%. If that's the case, it's going to take a little bit. Hey, what's going on, Gavin John? Good to see you, buddy. I'm smiling because there's a few of you that know what's about to happen. But that's all right. That's what's up. All righty. So yeah, currently right now, this is churning. It's churning well. And it's getting close. It's just, again, it's taking a little while. But we've been streaming for close to 2.5 hours. Watch time minutes, my friend. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. We can ban too. We can ban them. There should be one to, if you do a remove, you should be able, yeah, totally fine. Yeah, no, we just got one. We just got one, Gavin John. Just keep banning him. He'll just make another account. Yep. That's all right, Mike. You go rest up, okay? You rest well. We already, it's one of those things. We already know who it is. It's just taking a little while. But anyhow, here, I'll show you what we're working on. The part that I'm mainly worried about is the bowl itself staying cold. That's the big part. It's just taking a while, that's all. We will. You rest well, Mike. We'll catch up with you later, all right? See, Gavin Johnson. We got Gavin John in the house. Night, Mike G. Oh, I hate the waiting part. All righty. So again, this is a sorbet, and it might take even beyond the stream because I'll only go till about 9 o'clock, which we're getting close to. Well, a little after 9. Basically, it might take a little bit more work, but you guys get the general idea. So good to have y'all here, hanging. You know. Having so much fun with the doggone fireworks right now. That's what's up. So, all right. Let's see where we're at on time. Okay, we're getting close to that 9 o'clock. Basically, we're gonna let that thing rock and roll. It's just taking a while, and good luck. You guys want to take care of business for me again? Some people, you know, it's like, get a life, get a job, you know. Just don't know what to do with people like that, you know. It's like, he's pathetic. There we go. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much for taking care. Oh, I know who's here. What's going on, Ian? It's good to see you, buddy. Missed you. So awesome that you came to join us. Right now, we got the ice cream maker going. We'll come back in real quick so you can see what's going on. It's just taking forever. Ice cream maker's going. Oh, you lurky turkey. Here you go. That is our sorbet solution, rocking and rolling. And you lurky turkey, you ornery cuss. Been here the whole time? Oh man, that's what's up. Telling you again, that guy is awesome. We had despite all the hiccups yesterday, we had a lot of fun, didn't we? Had a lot of fun yesterday. My gosh, that was what, over 6 hours? Oh my gosh, that's the longest stream I have ever done. But it was so much fun. All right, there you go. But yeah, for those that don't know, you know, yesterday, Ian, we had a lot of fun. And I asked him, so what do you want to do? I knew. Love that. There you go. So good to see you here, Ian. You lurky turkey, man. You're awesome. And for those that don't know, Ian's one of my heroes for a good reason. You know, he doesn't get, he deserves so much more credit than he gets. You know, amazing guy. There's just not another person like him. I don't think the world could handle another person as awesome as that guy. I don't think we could handle it. Too much goodness there. You know, we all got our heroes. Ian's one of mine. And that's not a joke. That's not me being a smart ass. It's not a sound bite. No, he's a good guy. Good guy. Ooh. And he better never forget it. That's what I'm saying. You better never forget it. He's an important guy, you know. That also reminds me, I got to give Sober Man a holler tomorrow, you know? Oh my gosh. We're going to keep this thing rocking and rolling. Hopefully this sorbet soon. We've Before we all toss this guy out again, let me say, I'm not so much worried about how much you pop in here and what you exactly think, because personally, I don't care. But you are helping with my views. You're helping me with my watch time. So I'm going to say whatever it takes to get under your skin too, because you're going to keep coming in here and you're going to keep adding to my views and adding to my watch time. Why do you think I'm not in a big hurry to catch up with you just yet? There's already a person right now, currently, who's doing his thing, who's been watching over my channel. Couple of them. All you're doing is just helping me out. Get a life, get a job, find a sweetheart. Good God. We already know that you're infatuated with me. That's why you're dumb enough to keep coming in here. You're a dumbass. Yeah, you heard me. You're coming in when this is a hate-free zone. You throw yourself under the bus. If you were really, truly worried about, damaging me, then what you would be doing is not coming in at all. That is the honest to goodness truth. That would hurt me more. But you're not. You're bothered. You're in here doing that. Yeah. Exactly. Go back to your bridge. Stay out of my live stream, because all you're doing is just helping me. If you wanted to truly hurt me, you wouldn't come in at all. Why do you think I'm not in a big hurry? You're just adding to my watch time. Some people don't get it. Exactly. Some people don't get it. It's like, get a job, get a life. Find a sweetheart. That takes up enough time, right? Some people don't get it. Still waiting. Like I said, I think I might have got the sugar solution a little too hot. We're going to double check and see where we're at on this bad boy. It is ice cold, but it is just not freezing. Straight up honest, I think I might have messed it up. Straight up honest, Let me do something here. I know it's going to look a little strange. Bear with me. I think I know what I'm doing. Let's see what that does. Right? Well, Oh, some people. We have a lot of fun here, don't we? The reason why I added a little bit more liquid to this is because of the simple fact that, again, I may have the sugar content a smidge too high. You want it at about a 30 to 33%. You get beyond that and it has a hard time freezing. So again, this was my first attempt at a sorbet, and it does happen from time to time where it just won't, you know. So even here on the Prince Magnum channel, we do occasionally have one of our experiments go sideways. And this is one of those experiments where it did kind of go a little sideways. It didn't quite turn out, you know. See what I mean? The fascination with me, you know? Keep adding to my watch time, buddy. Dumb ass. Doesn't get any dumber. And this is what the world has come to. Sad, sad, sad. But on the upside, you know, again, we're getting, you know, so again, this may, even if it was a failed experiment, which to me, that does happen, we did learn a few things. Okay, we're just gonna have to watch a little closer on our sugar content and things like that. We're just gonna have to watch close. So even if this does go sideways, which it looks like it might, we still learned a few things. Yep. My turn. Someone might need to get over there and check out Crazy Gamer and let him know. It's like he's got nothing else better to do. That's what's up, Ian. Let's go have a smoke. I need a cigarette. All right. So we got a troll adding to my watch time. Pathetic. And we know why. We know why. Dang! Oh, I ain't gonna laugh at that. The spinning word. Oh my gosh. I'm not laughing at you because you know what? If I was in your shoes, it'd probably be the same thing. And I'm pretty sure I could probably just walk off and let it roll, and basically let the camera keep rolling. And it would just, all it would do is, dang guys. Yesterday was Independence Day here in the U.S. and everyone's still letting off fireworks. You can hear it over there. It's actually pretty close. It better not be too damn close to Project Spirit. We'll have a fight then. No, V, if I was in your shoes, it'd be the same exact thing. So there you have it. I mean, it's just one of them things that, right now, currently, we're waiting to see if it's going to freeze up like it's supposed to. It's probably not going to. Like I said, I think I got the sugar content a smidge too high, which that does happen. Worst case scenario, what we'll do is we'll shut down the stream and then we'll restart, we'll do our thing. Yep. You should have seen me in my heyday of target shooting. It was actually a pretty good shot. I used to have some serious hang-ups. I say, V, you missed it yesterday. I did a 6-hour live stream of Legend of Zelda, the original game. Oh my gosh, my hands were sore after that game. My legs were sore because I stayed there the whole time. I did not budge. And I kept at it until we beat that game. And had a few hiccups, but by golly, we got through it. It was fun. Now Ian wants me to do part 2 to that game, the second quest. Oh my gosh. You want to talk about cryptic. That is a cryptic game. The first one's cryptic. Yep. Someone might want to let him know that there's someone who's you know, in a nutshell, that someone's messing with his account. Well, making duplicate accounts. You're going to have a whole world of hurt coming down on it. Man. Yep. See what I mean? Good God, man. That was a big one. Oh, really? I know some point we're going to start streaming more Breath of the Wild. And that is definitely on the plate. We're definitely going to... Someone asked me if I would go start at the beginning of the game and kind of go to the end. And I definitely am going to do that. But I think as a warm-up, we're definitely going to be looking at doing Breath of the Wild on the big save file that I've got. Because I've beaten that game numerous times. We've beaten it in recorded content, well, edited content. And we've beaten that game in live streams. Oh, on PC? Oh, I love Breath of the Wild. That's one of my all-time favorite games. Love that game. Man, they are having a blast over there, literally. You can tell they're having a blast. Literally. Hey, I love... Out of my more modern games, Breath of the Wild is my favorite. Totally my favorite. It's one of my all-time favorites. And I will tell you all right now, Breath of the Wild definitely ranks right up there as one of my all-time favorite games. Nothing like it. And it's an awesome, awesome game. And if you've never played it, you're missing out, you know. Hey, Chairman, I didn't even know you were in here, Chairman. Well, you rest well, okay? Take it easy. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Breath of the Wild is one of my all-time favorite video games. Right. If you were to twist my arm and ask me about my favorite video games, here on the channel last year, we actually streamed, of all things, we streamed, believe it or not. Gosh dang, we streamed so many games last year. We did Top Gear for the Super NES. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. We did Danny Sullivan's Indy Heat. Oh man, that was amazing. Love that game. Dang guys. We did Super Off-Road for the NES. That was, oh man, that was old school and we had a great time. Did the original Batman for the NES. We also did Batman Return of the Joker for the NES. I beat that one live stream. And my partner, Jammin' John, got a little teary-eyed. He said, I've seen this game played a million times, but I've never seen it beaten, and especially in a live stream. Thank you for doing this for me. He got a little misty-eyed. We played, oh man, we did all sorts of live streams last year for Off the Chain. streamed to multiple platforms and had a great time doing it. Even that was my first time. We even. All right, Gavin, you rest well, okay, buddy? I know it's late where you're at. One of them things. So we had it was one of them things that, I mean, like I said, it was, we streamed a lot of games. If you were Twist My Arm, some of my favorite games of all time. Breath of the Wild ranks right up there in my top 5. See, it's still not set in the way that I want it to. That's okay. Could be a number of things that's causing that, but just one of them things is still ice cold. Yeah, they're still popping off fireworks where I'm at. See, it's ice cold in there, but it's just not setting. So I think I got the sugar solution a little too high. That happens. What we may actually have to do is we might have to remove about a cup of this, and might have to do this off camera, but we might have to remove a cup and that sort of thing and kind of go from there. But that happens. So we had a failed experiment tonight, but that's okay. We did try our best, but we got a pretty good idea. So you actually got to see in a live stream where something didn't quite go right. Does it taste good? Yes, it does. Yeah, sugar content might just be a little too high, is what I'm thinking. So we may have to try this again, but it does happen from time to time. What will probably have to happen once. You ain't gonna get cold if you were over here, brother. Oh my gosh. But basically the sugar content might be a little too high. That happens. So we knew that that was a possibility, and I even said that at the beginning of the stream. But we learned something, okay? We learned something. And that is just as important, folks. So we attempted, we tried, but we're going to have to make a few minor adjustments. We'll come back at this again later, and we'll record it, and I'll put it up sometime tomorrow maybe, or the next day or something like that. And that happens. But we did learn something in this stream. Oh, dang, man! Dang, that's cold. And I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about that. Oh, man. That hurt me. It wasn't even said about me. Dang. 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 Wow. Oh my gosh. Cold to the touch. And it's straight up burnt. Gosh dang, man. Ow. Dang. Yeah, our poor little ice cream maker has worked its ass off. As a matter of fact, the motor is actually getting warm, but because of the cold here, I can actually feel condensation building right here. But it's just, it's like the ice crystals are starting to form, but then they don't. So it happens. We may have to come back to this process, but that's okay. All righty. I'm going to let this keep rolling. You guys are awesome. All right, let's go talk a moment. Now I'm going to have to retitle this one, Failed Experiment. We're going to let that keep churning. But we're going to talk a brief moment. Again, this is one of those moments in very typical when you live stream. Sometimes things don't go according to plan. And that is exactly what has happened in this particular live stream. Something didn't go according to plan, which I knew that might be a possibility. Because again, some of the stuff that was required for this particular live stream was not able to be gotten. And let me explain. We needed actual lime preserves. Now, the problem is that we could not get the lime preserve, so I attempted to do this with basically by making a lime syrup. Well, the sugar content got too high. And what has basically happened is that because the sugar because the sugar content got way too high, basically it is cold enough, but it's not freezing. And because it's not freezing, it's not turning into the sorbet that we wanted. This happens from time to time, that basically things don't go according to plan. And because of this, what I'm going to actually have to do is add more, basically I'm going to have to stop the churning process, and I'm going to have to add to the bowl basically a couple more cups of water, and I'm going to have to let it sit, and I'm going to have to refreeze the mixing bowl, because basically at this point the mixing bowl is cold. It's ice cold, but it's not enough anymore, and it's not icy enough to churn that into a sorbet. So this is a failed. This is the part where it failed, but that's okay. So when stuff like this happens, I'm gonna retitle it so it's honest. So in a nutshell, it didn't turn out. What does this mean? Is I'm going to have to modify the experiment. We're going to have to try again later. So that is okay. We attempted. Actually, I'm going to rename it as Surviving Romance, Sorbet Experiment Gone Wrong. Okay? So we attempted it. We could do that too. But I don't think YouTube will really like that too terribly much. They might get a little upset about that. So it's just one of them things. So we attempted. It didn't quite go according to plan, but that's okay. That does not mean that I can't figure it out. So, oh, I forgot to look that up. Now I'm going to have to check it out. I know I'm walking into something, though. I know I'm going to walk into something there. But that's okay. Again. Oh. Again, that's just one of those things. So that's where we're at on this. So that's okay. We knew that this was an attempt. Okay. So again, what we're going to have to do is I'm going to have to basically kind of redo this sort of thing, and we knew that this was going to be a possibility where things would not quite go according to plan. That's okay. I can live with the fact that something didn't go according to plan. What did we learn? How not to modify this recipe. So next time around, I'll know better what to do. So just kind of expect that at a later date that I'm going to have to come back in, and we're going to have to try this again. It's perfectly fine. Again, I knew that this was going to be I probably shouldn't in the live stream. I know I'm walking into something bad. You ornery cuss. Oh my gosh. So that is what the plan is. Right now, we're going to shut down the stream, and I'm going to basically start working there. Yeah. So basically, well, you know what? That's perfectly. Yeah, if I'm not supposed to show it on the screen, that should already be an indication. Okay, I'll walk into this one for you real quick before we shut down the stream. That's perfectly okay. So again, we learned something new. I'm gonna have to restart my computer. I inherited one, and this thing, I mean, it's got its good points and its bad points. Okay. I'm opening it up now. Well, I'm restarting my computer. You piece of puppy poo. Oh, wait a minute. Having problems. All right. So that is where we are at currently. Okay, I've got it opening up right now. What is it? I know I'm walking into something. I'm walking right into something big time. But we'll do it. May the gods save us now. There we go. All right. We're waiting for the computer to boot up a bit. Yeah, I already got it open. Basically, it's got to update things. Updating Steam right now. He's losing it. Oh, here we go. Let's see. What is it that I'm supposed to look up? Okay. I got it. Oh, what the hell, man? Why? It even lists where it's at in my area. What the frick? why I was talked into this. No! It didn't even give me a map where this. No! Gosh dang! Oh, I knew I was walking into something. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. What is wrong with you people? All righty. So again, I get to retitle a video. That's okay. Oh my gosh, V, what am I gonna do with you, man? I wouldn't have you any other way, though. All right. Why? Oh my gosh. What am I gonna do with you, V? All right, it is 9:30. We have done as much as we can do. Basically, I'm gonna have to go back through. Oh my gosh. What are you gonna do, right? But this is going to boil down to this was a failed experiment, but we did attempt. And I basically said that at the beginning. It was an attempt, but that's okay. Again, I knew that this would be a possibility. So straight up honest, gave it my best. All righty. So that does bring us to a spot where we do need to kind of shut it down. We will come back to this subject a little bit later. But again, it was an attempt. So that does bring us to a good stopping point. Thank you all so much for being here in this failed experiment. Again, it was an attempt, but it does happen. Yeah, I'm going to go grab me a bite to eat. Hey, that's okay. That's okay. We did attempt. And basically, we learned what not to do in this experiment. Again, we did have the whole thing where we could not get all the right ingredients. But hey, that does happen. So again, thank you all for being here. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you guys. You guys know that. You guys are awesome, every one of you. That does bring us to the point where I say, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is. Just do something with yourself. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. Yep, next time we'll get it. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet. Do something special for them today. And as always, for all of you out there, if no one out there has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.